Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smashport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Saturday here in Minnesota. Of course, let's return home for a little bit and, of course, speak with the Anglesea, of course, Division 2 women's Premiership team who won the AFL Barwon competition a couple of months ago now. And, of course, they join us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks all three for joining us.
No problem.
No worries.
I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves, and if you're a player, what position you played on the field on grand final day?
I'm the team manager, so I'm like the team mum of the team. So I just look after the logistics of the team. So my name's Jenny.
Yeah,
You
my name's Liv. And yeah, on grand final day, I played at centre half back. And I've played for about since the club started, so about 4 years ago. I've been playing at Anglesea, so love it. Yeah.
And my name's Ruby. On grand final day, I played like center, like on the forward line, forward pocket, half forward flank, and I started with Anglesea in 2022.
Tell us a bit about the amazing season for Anglesea.
Um, yeah, it was a really good year. I think obviously any year when you win a premiership is everyone's pretty happy with that, but um, it sort of didn't like all go our way, I wouldn't say. Like the first probably 6 or 8 weeks of the year, we really had to work hard to get to know each other. I feel like it was a pretty new team this year. We had a lot of new girls. So it took us a while to gel, and we had a lot of close kind of contests early on. And then luckily, yeah, I think we just sort of started to really find our rhythm towards the back end of the year. And um, yeah, the first final was a big moment because no team had beaten St. Joseph's all year. And we went in, quietly kind of confident in our ability, but, you know, definitely the underdogs and ended up with a win there. And yeah, just tried to make the most of our opportunity on grand final day, and it all kind of came together, which was awesome.
I can see one of your teammates just joined us as well. I will get her to introduce herself and what position she played on grand final day.
Hi, sorry, I got stuck at work running a bit late. Um, my name is Jess, and or I'm known as Louie on the footy field, and I was playing centre half forward on grand final day.
And
Now,
also the role of captain, Louis, co-captain, very important
Yes.
role.
I have to ask about the grand final. Obviously, Ruby just mentioned before you played St. Joseph's throughout the season, and obviously the grand final itself. I guess, was there any point in the grand final that you felt comfortable enough to enjoy the moment?
I don't think it was a great day. Like the whole day was definitely worth soaking in, but I don't think it was until there was about 10 minutes left. I was like, I think I can just start to stop panicking because even when we rewatched it as a team, we were like, oh, we were losing for some of this. Like it was just as scary to watch back. But yeah, it wasn't until the end. And then as soon as like the siren went, then it was just that like relief and joy that it was done. But yeah, it was hectic.
Oh, I think for me as a backman, like it's never over until the siren goes because your job is to defend them from scoring. So maybe for the girls in the forward line, they were just like, yep, sweet. But no, our my back line was definitely not. We were definitely sweating hard until the end, playing hard till the end. But yeah, that relief at the end because that team, like we said, pretty unbeatable all year. We knew what they were made of, and we knew they could come back quick. So even though, yeah, we were in front, it did feel like the momentum could have shifted really quick. So, um, yeah, no, switched on until the end for me, stressing until the end for me. But it's what it's made for. Yeah, like you don't
Mm.
just win that kind of stuff easy. It is about the pressure and who lifts up to it. So, yeah.
When the siren sounded, was it a relief or a celebration? Where was the ball at the time as well?
Out on the wing somewhere, I reckon. I think.
Yeah, I think
Not
you might
going
be right.
towards our goals, I don't think.
No.
No, I was on the other side. So like we were where our like coach's box was. It was on the other side of the ground, up on the wing, like close to the back flank for us. But yeah, that was just nice for the siren to sound. Yeah, like I said, for me, a relief when the siren did go. And it was, not so much a celebration. It was just like, okay, we did that. Because we won a flag a few years ago.
Yeah, it was a bit of shock, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, a few years ago we won a flag and it was like we were like playing to win, like we were there to win. We were supposed to win and we did, and it was just such a different experience. Like it was our game to lose, and so just like actually being like, oh my gosh, like we've actually beaten this team. 100% a relief. So it's great. Makes it even better, I think.
Definitely. I think as well, because the clock went down to 0 and then started counting back up. And so I thought it had, like, we'd finished earlier, and then it started, I think it counted up to about 3 minutes. So we didn't even know when the siren was going. So for it to actually go, I was like, oh, it was a bit of a surprise, but also like, I felt so hot that day. It was dry. So I think it was a relief to be like, we can stop running, but like then just like absolute joy.
Now, he actually outscored them 14-8 in that game. I think it was 5 goals 9 and 3 goals 5 in that game. But that's not what I want to talk about. The one I want to talk about is who got the hold of the cup first.
I think it was just when it got presented.
That would have been you, Jess.
I think
Yeah.
me, Luke, and Ellie, I think.
Yeah.
But different from who had the first drink out of it, because that wasn't me.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Well, Louis, didn't you say you got your hands on it first because you had that very glamorous photo shoot earlier in the week, and you got a bit of tin poisoning, didn't you say? You were like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that again.
Yeah, we had there was a captain's photo shoot on the Monday. And we, like me and the Joey's captains, were holding the cup, and I messaged the girls and just said, I want this so bad now. I've touched it. I want us to take it home so bad. I just didn't want to give it up.
How good was it to hold the cup first before your teammates swamped onto you on the dais, which I can see in the photos?
Yeah, that was very, very cool. It was awesome. And there's a very iconic photo from the Premiership a few years ago with our past captain, and she's doing like a massive flex, and her arms, like she's got a massive muscle, and she was like, if we win, you've got to get up there and you've got to like flex as much as you can. So that was definitely going through my mind.
Oh my God.
But it was
the pics were going through your mind as you were getting it.
It was. Hands. I was like, oh my God, I've got to try and flex the muscles a little bit.
Okay. I might have to check. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you definitely, yeah.
Okay, I might have to check that one. I'm sure all you got a chance to kiss on the cup. Be honest.
Yeah,
yes,
there was
very much so.
Yeah.
It would be rude not to, I think. It's just one of those things that has to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You mentioned before, Captain, that you weren't the first one to drink the cup, drink from the cup. So who was the one who drank from the cup first then?
I'm pretty sure it was Liv.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Liv.
Okay, let's be real. It didn't feel like anyone was going to do it, so I was just like, cracked a cold UDL, poured it in, went for it, all right? Like, you got to, if you want the change, you got to be it, So you got to start it. And from there, it just went off. Nah, it was good. It was good. Oh, passion fruit, I think. Look, it's the best UDL I've ever had. They're not the best thing. I don't really like them that much, but I love UDLs now because I can drink them out of cups. So, Premiership cups. Come on. That's all I have to say. Good question, though.
Oh, gosh.
Fair enough. Now, I believe, Jen, you've got that cup with you, haven't you?
Yes. It's from Dusty too.
Put it up.
Yeah, I've got the cup,
There
but it's
she
going back
is.
to the club later.
Oh,
We've got a 21st down there tonight, and I'm running the bar, but I've got it. It's been sitting in. It was sitting at Jess's house for a long time, but
Here for quite a bit.
I
Yeah.
heard she was sleeping on it. It was like on her pillow next to her every time she laid her head down at night.
No comment. Cannot confirm or deny.
Lid and all. You had the lid and everything.
Yeah. That bloody lid.
gosh.
okay. That pretty much just answered my next question I was going to ask. Now the medals as well. How long did all you wear your medals wearing nets for, and did any of you sleep with it? That's the first part. The second part is, did any of you bite on your medal, and if so, was it pure gold on the day?
I
Yeah.
will begin because I feel as though you'll be expecting me to begin, you two. I didn't take my uniform off until the first part of my uniform that came off was the boots, because at about 4 a.m. in the morning, like after we had played, I started to lose circulation in my feet, so they had to come off. And then I walked down the main drag of Anglesea the next day, still like full jumper, shorts, socks even. The mouthguard was still in the sock. And the medal was still very much on. And I think I slept in it again the Monday night, possibly even the Tuesday night, I'm not sure, but definitely Monday night I was at home nursing a very severe hangover with the gold jewelry just hanging around the neck though still. So all was well.
Yeah, I think most people definitely slept with it on. We all went out to breakfast the next day. Ruby still kitted up, and everyone still had their medals around their neck, and it was very cool.
I mean, I can't do that. I medal like of course, but I just couldn't. Like I was dirty and like, sweaty, and I was like, nah, I'm having a shower. But I kept my tape on. Like I kept my tape on all night, and then I ripped it off, and the next day I had like bruises all down my arm. And I was like, this isn't even from the game. Like I don't even feel tough. So but to answer your question as well, I did bite my medal, and there's photos with one of the other girls that's not here. But did it taste like gold? Yes, and it will forever taste like gold. That bad boy doesn't like his taste, So like right here. Come on, this
Yeah.
one.
Oh, there she is.
Hey.
Yes.
Might wear it
And
tonight. You don't know. Might
yeah,
whip it out.
even when we went on our footy trip a few weeks ago, and all the medals came for that as well. They definitely had to make the trip.
Yeah.
Oh, can I actually tell you a story just because your radio station's called Smash FM? We were at a pub for footy trip, and I wore 6 of these, and I went up to the security guard and I said, look at these 6 medals. Can you say smash for me? And he said smash for me. There's a video. But how's that? Hey.
This was meant to be.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Like when I first saw the station, I was like, it's meant to be. I'm going to whip that out,
So true.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny, Liv.
Oh, goodness me.
It was
Goodness
good.
me.
It was good.
Oh.
So good.
Tune on from that as well. Now I know there's a famous team photo, not the one on the dice, but the one after that, where a lot of you got sprayed with champagne in the team photo. Who got the most out of the spray? Because I can actually see the photo in front of me.
Maybe Ali. I feel like Ali was like lying down right at the front in the like splash zone. So potentially Ali, who was our other co-captain. Maybe Emily as well. She likes to get like right amongst the action. And if, champagne, she would have been there like ready to like get anything she could, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it was L&M. And also, I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
champagne. What if it was just like whatever leftover Gatorade or whatever was in the drink bottle? It was-
I'm pretty sure it was
I-
champagne, wasn't it?
that would be a much
It's a better
nicer.
story if we go with
Yeah.
champagne.
I'll just show the photo I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's in front of. Oh, there's
Yeah.
you, Louis. You're right at the front there.
Yeah, I don't think I ended up getting too wet, but I honestly can't remember what was if it was water or Gatorade or champagne sounds classier, so
Yeah,
Mm.
and we're
Okay.
classy gals.
Yeah, come on.
Premiership sunk in yet?
I think like for me, like I was saying before, like just how the season has gone and how they were like, well, they were unbeatable. Like not unbeatable, but like after winning 12 from 12 games, I was like, as if we just beat them, surely that was just a fluke. So like to go to play the whole season without actually beating them until the finals, it's like, wow, damn. Like, so I think when you think about that, it doesn't sink in until you actually think about it again. You go, oh, we won. And then just like reminiscing on the night and like footy trip and stuff too. It's like, heck yeah, like it's been such a good season. So
Yeah, I think for me too. Like on the day, it didn't like it felt like we still had to play again. Like the
Yep.
siren kind of went, and I tried to enjoy it because, like, you don't know when you're going to get that experience again, so you try and make the most of it while you can. But yeah, I had no like concept of that it was actually like done and we'd done it and that was it. Like I think now it's sunk in, but it probably even took a few weeks for me. And I often like will just be doing something random now, like washing the dishes or something, and think back of something from like that day or the night when we were celebrating and just be like, oh, wasn't that so good? Like that was just such a fun few days and like a whole week build up as well. Like, yeah, it was incredible.
Oh, I totally agree. I think it was honestly maybe like a few weeks ago that it fully sunk in. I was still just in shock and, still see people around town who are like, oh, like you girls won, how exciting. And it's just like all over again. Like we did, like we actually did win. And it was just amazing. Like I just have been telling people I think it was the best day of my life. That's all I have to say.
And Louis, like, for our first, like Louis been around the team since it started, but for our first premiership, very like famously amongst our group, came down with COVID like in the few days beforehand and had been selected to play in the team, but then ultimately didn't play. And so kind of missed out. Well, didn't like you were still very much a part of the team and we felt like you were part of the celebration, but I guess you're kind of that little bit removed when you don't get to play. And then, yeah, like had missed out on all the kind of being part of that. And then, yeah, to go from that to now this year, like stepping up to be captain for the first time and not only like getting that experience that she deserved 2 years ago, but also was like leading it, like the first one to get her hands on the cup and like being kind of the face of the team and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know, I can't imagine how it must have felt for you because it must have just been like I don't even know what's going on right now.
It was crazy. And even like before the game started, I just remember walking around and thinking, I can't believe I'm actually here. Like, I've made it here. Like, this is it. And then, I agree. I still felt so lucky and supported in that other grand final where I didn't get to play. But it was just like the stuff where I wasn't in the team photo or didn't get to be part of that, straight away post game, just like joy. So then, yeah, to be able to get up and be one of the first hands on the cup was just crazy. That was just mind blowing. Yeah, it was awesome.
What does the sport of football mean to the four of you, especially being part of Anglesea? And then for you, Jen, what is special about this team, and especially to be team manager of this team?
We're like a family, really. And they're like my my other daughters. I just love it. They know I love the club, but it's a real community club. And I do spend a lot of time there, but I really love the women's football. And I love these girls here. And of course my daughter, who's a player. But yeah, it's great fun to be involved with it.
Yeah, I've been playing footy for a long time now. And I kind of I got involved because I'd grown up always wanting to play, and where I lived, girls didn't play. So as a 19-year-old, getting the opportunity to finally play was a huge deal to me. And now footy's just like a huge part of my life. It's like I ended up at Anglesea because I'd moved down to Geelong away from home, and was looking for somewhere to meet people and like continue playing footy, but more so than anything, like meet people to kind of start my life away from where I'd grown up. And yeah, as much as like anyone who plays footy wants to win flags, and I've been able to do that twice with Anglesea, which is always going to connect me to the club, and is like I'll cherish that forever. But I think more than anything else, Anglesea's been fantastic for me because it's given me over the last 3 years like so many people who are very important in my life now, like so many friends. And like Jen said, it is very much kind of like a family environment, and it's a community like sport. We're not playing for sheep stations or anything like that, but like we can see each other at our very best and at our worst as well. And yeah, I just think it's incredible to have a group of women from all sort of backgrounds and walks of life, and everyone's doing different things, but to have those people to support you through everything is really important. And that's been probably the greatest thing that I've gained from being part of the club.
I definitely agree with Ruby on that. I think there's something in Anglesea that like, and I know probably every club says this, but like legit, like there's something in Anglesea, and it's so different to other clubs and other sports too. Like, I've never been a part of a team that like we actually do stuff outside of football, and like we actually want to do stuff outside of football that isn't even got anything to do with footy. And like we actually love hanging out, and we love building that connection between each other. Even though we're so different in our own ways of life, we still all connect. So yeah, I'm the same. Like I came down from New South Wales for work in Anglesea, and then was like, well, there's no rugby, so I'll play AFL. And then yeah, and then I ended up moving out of Anglesea, and I found myself not wanting to leave. Like I was like, oh well, okay, Geelong clubs, and I was like, I just can't leave Anglesea. Like I said, there's something different about it, and I actually enjoy seeing the girls, in season 3 days a week. Like it's something I really enjoy, and not just playing the footy, but yeah, the connections. And I think I've definitely made some lifelong friends. And I know I can rely on them for things and stuff. So yeah, I love it so much. And winning flags or not, we haven't been losing too much yet. I'm waiting for the season, and I'm preparing, because you always can't be on for the W. But I think regardless whether we're winning or losing, it's going to be just as good either way, because we've got each other, which sounds really lame, but it's true. So, yep.
No, beautiful. Not lame at all, Liv. I yeah, totally agree with what you guys have said. And I was the same. I played netball for like 10 years, had no interest in footy. I didn't even like watching footy on TV, couldn't care less, and then got roped in just to fill in because they were short on numbers. And it was just a practice match. I think maybe I touched the ball once, and I was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is just the best. I can't believe I've never done this before, and just haven't looked back since. And we're so lucky at Anglesea, just something about it is so special. And we have, like 16-year-olds still in school, and we have mums of 3 kids and everyone in between, and everyone gets along. It's amazing. And like the girls said, we all want to hang out with each other. Like, and, footy's amazing. And when someone succeeds on the field, it's, if Liv kicks a goal, it's just as exciting as if I've kicked a goal. Like, it's just so awesome. And the support, it's just, yeah, it's an amazing team.
I'm going to finish with these last two, which is for the players in particular, what have the three learnt from each other on and off the field?
I feel like I can say, because it's Liv and Louis here, maybe something that I've learned from those two specifically. I feel like they're very like dedicated to, like, you're both very good at bettering your footy skills. Like, out of like the whole group, you're probably like the most committed to like improving your own individual game, which I think has like given me a kick up the arse at times to be like, all right, you need to like put in a little bit more effort here, or like go for a run or something. So that is something that I've probably taken from both of you, just your like willingness to want to improve and get better. And I think because of your roles within the team, like being senior players, how that inspires other people to improve as well.
I think on the field, definitely from Rubes and Liv, having that bit of like extra confidence and not being sort of scared. Like, you've got to go. I've heard Ruby say that before, and sometimes I'm like, I've just got to go. And like, Liv's a great example too. Like, the ball's coming in, you just can't hesitate. Like, you just have to go for it. And, that's just how you play the game. But definitely, as someone who's like come to it new, it's scary to just, go in. But definitely learned that from them. And off the field, I think just like being a better person, like, the conversations you have, like, these are incredible people. And I think I learn something like every time I see them.
I think on the field for me, I think I really appreciate from these two, they know their strengths and they're willing to work within those. I think sometimes as players, you can be like, I want to be the best at everything and I want to be, doing everything. But it's like Ruba knows what she's good at and she does that, and that's what she brings to the team. And she's willing to play that part. And that's the strength. That's where we find strength in that certain thing. And Louis the same. And I think being under these two this year as captain and vice captain, it's been really good because I know I can approach them. I know I can be frustrated and talk whatever I need to. But I really appreciate the gentleness that they provide and just the way they go about themselves when it comes to addressing the team, because I'm definitely, sometimes I don't see the full picture, but these girls have always helped me out with that and perspective. And yeah, it's really helped me out a lot. And I'd say off field, just honestly having fun. Like, I definitely took it very seriously the first few years and I was a lot more reserved. But I definitely give credit to these two girls. They've helped me bring me out of my shell. And made me, just be myself in the environment on and off the field. And I couldn't thank them anymore because it's actually, footy was always fun, but it's proper fun now. Because there's just such a good balance for me now. So yeah.
Yeah, Louis and I hate a beer, don't we, Liv?
Love it.
Not good at socializing. Not at all.
Yeah, twist my arm.
No.
Old rubber arm Lewis over there.
Oh.
Now, I will finish this a two-part question for the last one. What would be your advice to people that should get involved in footy, especially heading down to Anglesea? And actually, when is your pre-season starting?
12th of November?
Yes, Tuesday the 12th of November will be the first one.
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
And advice to whether to do it or not, definitely just do it. Like, we have so many people come in and out every year. And yeah, I think just don't be afraid to like come and just even have a look at like what's going on. Like, just come and say good day to everyone. Um, because yeah, like I know it can be intimidating going to big group environments, especially if like you have never played footy before, you don't really know what it's about. But yeah, the group is really, really welcoming. Everyone just is excited by new faces and like new friends and getting more people involved. And the thing about women's footy is it still hasn't really been around for that long. Like, people are joining all the time that, you know, have no kind of experience in the game. And there's also a lot of girls that have played for a while that can, you know, help you out. So yeah, definitely don't hesitate just to join in, and you can kind of be involved in whatever capacity you want. If you want to just run water, or you want to just like train and get a feel for it, you want to just have a run around when you're about, like, it's pretty open for however you want to get involved. So definitely just do it.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree with Ruby on that. Like, I don't know how we do it, but we somehow maintain this balance where, like, if you want to take it really seriously and improve yourself, the the way we facilitate it, you can do that. But even if you're just there for a social time and like, you know, a bit of fun and a little bit of fitness, we also facilitate that. Like, it's not like you're like we're this drill sergeant team. Like, you got to be really, really serious if you want to be a part of it. And it's not like we're all just like, you know, stuffing around on the field. Like, there's somehow a good balance, so anyone's welcome. You know, like I say that to everyone. Like, the skill progression we have over time for people, whether they want it or not, it happens at training and on the field, and you learn so much. But we actually have support within the team that are going to like come underneath like new people and, you know, bring them into the group and make them feel welcome, like Ruba said. But yeah, with that, they end up just loving football as well and not wanting to leave. So yeah, like, if you're keen, get on board. Because yeah, who doesn't want to be on our team, you know? Like, we've got 2 flags underneath us. Even if the losers, like if we start losing and that comes through, I already know it's gonna be such a great time anyway. So I would come join. I mean, of course I'm gonna say that, but just do it, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made. So honestly, people should not even think about it. Just come down. And like Ruba said, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't end up sticking with footy, like, you get to hang out with like the best bunch of people. So it's so awesome. And as well, like Liv was talking about, all the different capacities that people can play and be a part of the team. It's so awesome. And also, like, I never thought I'd ever like footy, but now I just love it. So I'm sure there's other people out there who would never have considered it. And it's awesome when people come and they're like, oh, I actually don't know anyone, but I just heard about this team. And it's so welcoming and it's so great for everyone. And yeah, to see everyone improve and just have a great time, that's what it's all about.
All of you, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to join us. Obviously, congratulations on being St. Joe's in the grand final a couple of months ago, and hopefully you can make it 3 in 4 years, 5 years. I've lost count how many you've actually won. But either way, hopefully there's more premiership coming down to, of course, down there with the Kangaroos down at Anglesea, and I might try and see if I can make it down at Anglesea sometime throughout the season.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Will.
that would be awesome. Thank you.
Thank
We'd
you.
love to have you.
Yeah. Thanks
Thanks very
you.
much.
No worries. And of course, you want to get involved with the Anglesea Football Netball Club, of course, with the Kangaroos, especially with the same women's team, trying to go for 3 in 4 to 5 years now with the premierships. Of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved with Anglesea. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.